Hello everyone and welcome back. How's it going? Anything of new, anything of old, anything at all. What's up guys? Back here again for another round of Necromunda Goliath goodness. And be moving on with the leader we started off last time. Well, started off with highlighting at least. And did the flesh, and today is time for the pants and boots and leather straps as per the usual already well established process. I've gone ahead and picked out the paints to use for today. Since this guy has gray pants, black boots, and well, the leather straps are the same pretty much always. So we'll be using black, a couple of grays, and in this time I'm gonna try to use the transparent black instead of Nuln Oil, because I don't really like the dirtying up effect. In this particular case, it's not what I'm going for. And I'm gonna try the same for the leather straps. I'm gonna avoid using the crimson wash. Instead, gonna try to go for the transparent red. Not sure if it'll work out for the straps in particular, because I am starting off with a fairly bright brown from the next guys that I'll be base coating with, because I already have access to a darker brown. Things might work out better with a transparent, but if it doesn't work, we always have the good old the washes to fall back on. A couple of them, well, just one really, news for today. Finally got around to receive my ultra matte varnish from AK. I got 2 of these babies, and I really hope that they will be the be all and all of my varnishing woes. It says that it should be very good. On the other hand, it is acrylic, so a level of protection will be fairly low, meaning that I will have to do the old two types of varnish system, and I'm gonna give it a go with a spray-on satin from Mr. Hobby, because that's easily accessible to me in terms of how to get it. And if this baby manages to hide all the shine from the satin, which is fairly glossy for whatever reason, the Mr. Hobby varnish sprays, top coats, even the matte one, are fairly glossy, and the actual gloss one is, well, most reflective. So we'll see. Here's to hoping. An interesting thing about these guys, so I ordered them from PK Interactive. Anyway, an online store situated in Germany, because naturally here we ain't got access to these little guys. And a fun little surprise that I got in the package was a tiny little package of Haribos was included. The little jelly bears. It was real fun, and I did enjoy them. So we'll give this guy a try once we are done with the Goliath leader. Without further ado, we might as well just get cracking. Hopefully this time I will not forget to switch between automatic and fixed focus. If I do so, please, 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 please do not sit idle and let me know. Last stream I had probably half an hour in which I was painting completely out of focus, which, well, it just isn't very good viewing for anybody. Starting off, gonna mix the black with some of the gray to get a smaller step in the color buildup. Especially for the boots. Well, the pants, they are already a dark gray, so I think we'll be alright if we just start it off with the ashen gray. Then we're gonna do some little scratches here and there with a brighter color to create the illusion of texture, a little bit of roughness to it. And we're gonna smooth everything down with whatever transparent comes our way. Already got the black out and the gray, so we'll make a little bit of a mix. And uncharacteristically this time, I'm gonna start off with the boots. Actually, scratch that. Yo, Bone Shooter. Welcome along. Yeah, I actually just noticed that the autofocus flickers around, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that as we are getting into the actual painting. How you doing? Fairly decent, thank you, and I am glad to see and hear that you are fine. I'm just gonna move along and do a little bit of painting. Unwind after a long work day and a intense workout, so gonna chill out a little bit. Talk with you dudes and dudettes, and calmly nerd out a little bit. Are you into painting or playing any of the board games with miniatures or not? Oh, well, here's to hoping that it'll go smoothly, with as little stress as possible, and as productive as it can be. without actually hurting you in any way. Gonna clean up. Because apparently I painted the base after base coating the boots, and therefore it was a little bit sloppier than anticipated. Oh, really? Well, let me give you a shout out in this case. Although it would appear that you're the only one around for now. Sure as hell wouldn't hurt. At the very least, I rarely get to use this command, so... as well. You're welcome, dude. Again. The chat messages, at least the ones on screen, are persistent, so if anyone joins, they will see the shout out. So technically a very long time gamer and hobbyist. Very nice. Are you painting D&D minis, or are you trying some of the more established and popular to stream brands of models? Excellent. So, pretty much in the same boat as me. Pretty much just painting the dudes that I would like to use in some of the games that I play. Oh, sure, absolutely, yeah. If you have anything in progress or any models that you're currently oogling from any of the manufacturers, something that you're anticipating on being released, please feel free to share. Again, it's unusual for me to get someone new along, so kind of rusty. Oh, hell nice. Hella nice. Is that a knoll? Marauder or something along those lines? A bugbear, alright. Very nice. And again, considering the sculpt, you can still see very subtle transitions in between the colors. I really like that. Ah, this dude. Is it a rock troll or a frost troll? 'Cause probably a frost troll, getting a whole icy vibe going. Ice troll, yeah, got it. I mean, you've seen that old little comic strip, I think would register as a meme where there's this dude who's walking his pet rock, and someone someone pisses him off by telling him that this is a rock and cannot be a pet, and starts bashing him with a pet rock and starts yelling at the rock to actually stop for a animate object. I'm telling it in a very stupid way, but the comic itself is pretty fun. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, again, you can very much see that. Awesome. Awesome. Good stuff, dude. Very, very good stuff. Do you get to play D&D sufficiently often? Like, I know that getting several people around at the same time to play a prolonged session is kind of a chore sometimes. Even though I'm currently playing only 2-player games, still it's fairly difficult to get around and play, even excluding the current situation and all. I've been playing Blood Bowl League, small amount of people, like technically about 7 people, and even though we just have our round robins to go through and then playoffs, this season of the league has taken over a year to complete. So here I'm gonna try and keep the highlights as small and stark as possible, since I want to retain the feeling of black and not move into the spectrum of gray. Hasn't really worked out for me in the past attempts, so let's see if this time will be different. Which, considering I'm doing the same thing, I kind of doubt it. But at the end of the day, they are just gaming pieces. Gonna probably try and get into Necromunda as a sort of secondary game. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Virtual Tabletop and Tabletop Simulator have been all the rage lately. Again, completely understandable due to the circumstances, and it does most definitely have its benefits. And yeah, absolutely, this is the proper attitude, because this is a hobby. It is meant to firstly and mostly be an opportunity to relax and unwind. Oh no, I'm not in Germany at all. I just ordered the the matte varnishes from there, because it was pretty much the closest place where I could get them from. No, no. I am further still eastward into a small country called Bulgaria. It is south of Romania and north of Greece. Really? So awesome. Like on holidays, I hope. Oh, so cool. So carrying a bit of a nomadic adventurer's soul, are we? Oh, okay. I see. A fairly large amount of people with a military background find their way into this hobby, and it's not like it's weird or anything, but it's just a little curious trivia that I've been coming across lately. You mean for the stream that, like what you're watching right now, or for your own painting? For the magnification headset. Because I can zoom it in a little bit more if it's not clear enough. Alright, alright. Yeah, see, the problem is that I am fiercely nearsighted. Which is why I am getting all of this problem, all of these issues with the focus. Because if you notice in most painting streams, people paint with their forearms on the desk and still manage to keep a straight back and neck. That would be absolutely impossible for me. So this is pretty much how I got into the habit of painting, and so I need to compensate for that and switching in between focuses and whatnot. With that being said, these magnification and just magnifier headsets with the extra lights on them. Yeah, standing desks are very interesting. I do very much like the concept. But the desk I'm sitting at is pretty much my everything station. I work here, I play here, I paint here. Which for all intents and purposes actually means it should be the one place that I invest into making comfortable as possible, but it also needs to keep this modular aspect to it. See, that's an idea. Is it solid enough? Like, if you were to put more weight on it, does it feel wobbly in any way? Or, 'cause there is a way to make it fairly sturdy. Oh, nice. Yep. Just give me a sec to finish up these little highlights and we'll take a look. So just to finish up on the whole magnifier set thing, a lot of people among the among the painting channels that I follow switched to actually use these, and pretty much all of them have said that they are game changers. And these are people that have been painting for like 20 years professionally. So it's definitely not just a joking matter. Like, it apparently really helps. So I might need to look into it at some point. Only thing is that they look awfully clunky and awkward to wear. But I guess you can get used to it. Okay, let's take a look. A quick gander. Oh, cool. So, yet another positive review. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I imagined it with the wide cabinets and the really thick plank. Yeah, this is sturdy. I've worked with these surfaces before, and yeah, I can confirm. Also, the 4 monitor setup is oh, it's actually a door. Okay, yeah, even better then. The 4 monitor setup is just dreamy. Complete immersion. Whoa! 20 terabytes. You can very well sell these or loan storage space for cloud services with this amount of data storage. And yeah, we are all nerds here and letting our freak flag fly for all the world to see. Not a problem, dude. I'll be here for a while, just getting started. And this is kind of okay. The only problem is the next highlight level, if I don't mix it, it'll come off way too bright, like way too stark of a transition, which I don't necessarily want. So I might have to mix in the next step. Which is all. Just another little thing to keep in mind. At the same time, it is a good thing to keep in mind that going over this whole surface with the transparent black at the end is going to kill parts of the color buildup, making it an argument in favor of going a little bit starker, so that there are highlights that remain after the actual darkening stage. Or I can just pick and choose here and there where to increase the darkness and the shadows, depth of the shadows. Oh, Good work. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Get our next gray in line. Another with first highlight, even darker than this. And go on back. Fine surfaces are raised up. A little bit more. Highlight a smaller part of this trim. This turns out, well, as I say that, I already see where it's not gonna work, so never mind. Might as well just reinforce this. In terms of layering paint, I'm trying to get used to doing something that's kind of like a glaze, but thicker in consistency. Not quite as thick as proper layering that gives you the stark lines on the in-betweens with color levels and things like that, but not as thin as a pure glaze, because as I already mentioned, these are gaming miniatures and I do need to knock out multiple of them, meaning that the painstaking process of building up color through glazing is not the most efficient approach. And I'm already as slow as a quadriplegic snail, so anything that can help me along. At the same time, I don't want to make them completely chalky and blocky in terms of their build-up. So somewhere in between is good enough. That should do it. Yeah, just a little bit of the darker gray. It completely mixed in, but that's okay. I have my black out, so a bit of the black and mix it into the other mixture and bring it back into its original hue. Because that little highlight on the thigh here went a little bit starker than I wanted it to, as in the edges of it. So let's try and smooth these down a little bit. Yep, that'll do it. for the boots. Boots are about as highlighted as I would like them to be. Right, let's just go over to trim with the brightest gray that I'm gonna use. Keep calling it. Not to worry, man. Thank you again very much for sticking around at all. And as long as you enjoy the content, please feel free to stick around for as long as you like. Over the time and previous jobs I've worked at, I have more than learned to talk to myself, so there will not be too much dead air during the process. Might not be any reality shattering thoughts, ideas, but it will be my nerdy musings coming through. Let's face it, if I'm not I'm not saying them out loud during the painting, I am sure as hell thinking them. And as long as I have a mic and a camera in front of me, might as well just let her rip. Okay, kinda happy with highlighting went. Now the next step will be to try and make this feel like texture. Next step will include a smaller brush and lots of little scratches. Little scratches and little chips here and there. And the only thing that is a truly mysterious and unknown variable, whether or not I should go even brighter or not. Well, only one way to find out. Give it a try. For that, however, I'm gonna have a little smoke. And sorry about the shaky cam. Switch out the brushes. I can pretty much store this one back in the container because I'll not be using it for a while. Still use it for today, but later, so no point in keeping it. Cluttering up the desk and whatnot. So, while I'm not doing anything, why not? Why not take a look at some miniatures that I've been anticipating? For instance, let's give a quick look over at the Fraggin' Unicorns Kickstarter. There first, over the screens. And there we go. So, a little bit of a background regarding this. In terms of the idea that stands behind it, and the people that worked on it and successfully managed to reach a 508% funding. So O.C. Presley in question is a person who has worked with the creators of the RPG Shadowrun, which, as I am sure you're all aware, is this lovely amalgama of cyberpunk, sci-fi, and fantasy. Something I like to call cyberpunk arcana. And as there is a significant shortage in miniatures represent this very particular setting, they created this Kickstarter and associated it with a original game to go along with. So it's gonna be a skirmish game. With a low model count, each one of course being unique in its own way. So this is pretty much what we're looking at. So we have the sort of elven alliance, I guess you can call it, with some snipers, melee dudes and whatnot. Very urban, very cyberpunk. This guy has cybernetic enhancements, so they are very, very close and very true to the Shadowrun aesthetic. This is the other faction that comes in with the default 2-player starter set. We got some ogres. Can't remember what her race was. I don't think she was human. This is a orc melee character, a dwarf, street samurai. But they do come with a full set of a game to play around with. So if you've ever played the Harebrained Schemes video games that brought Shadowrun back from the dead pretty much, this game will be pretty much it, if you can imagine it in multiplayer. So essentially just playing out a tactical skirmish game. There will be a additional faction of kind of like the arbiters from 40k, from the Necromunda, old Necromunda setting. And there will be many other gangs that will be available in the Pledge Manager once it comes out. And it's a fairly good deal. It's like, I think it was $55. Yeah, there it is. $55 for the 12 models, the rulebook, all the tokens you can ever need, and I think even the dice. Maybe dice, maybe not. But I think it uses just the regular D6s, so it's a nice way if you're playing Shadowrun, you can use the models. Playing Gangs of the Undercity, which is the name of this game. You can use them, and they will have a fully fleshed out RPG system within the world that they have created. It's a very meticulously created, so if you like lore heavy settings, this is definitely a good thing. The reason I'm bringing it up is that I backed it, and I am very much looking forward to getting these, getting my hands these dudesters and dudettes. So, will be a fun thing because I really like this. Yo, Mark, what's up? How's it going? I'm doing fairly well here. Oogling some models as usual. And getting a little bit of painting done on the in-between. Which is pretty much... Oh, thanks much, man. Very, very much. And I'm keeping up with your progress as well. But I have a question. Why are you back into the large-scale models? Because the new, like 70, is it a 75 mil sculpt? Because it's a full mini that you're painting right now, and not the Raging Heroes one, the Battle Nuns. What made you switch your inspiration? Nah, it's my question to you. Yeah, apart from that, yeah, my dudes are 28s. Oh, yeah, okay, okay. Very well. Not to worry, usual. I do appreciate the company. And, let's keep moving along here. With a step that I never really get right, but I keep persisting in applying it nevertheless. Waiting for that little happy incidental mistake that makes things in the end look better than intended. This is pretty much the best way that I've personally found out to improve in painting, and in mostly large amount of other fields in life. You sort of just get these Cyber Fairy is a 80 mil. Okay. Yeah, also another very cool model. You definitely know how to pick them. When is the deadline for the Nalani challenge for Neko Galaxy? I think it should be about in a couple of days or something. Hey, welcome back. Did you find my short overview of the Gangs of the Undercity thing appealing, or are you strictly into fantasy role-playing? Judging is on a Thursday, okay. Will this be in any way transmitted, like broadcast, or have like what's the word I'm looking for? like a showroom, like a showpiece where we can all see the entered entries and admire the results. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm following Thunderdome. Drew. Mekonolani on Insta. Will do. Oh, okay. They've pretty much missed the previous challenges because I think they do this for every model they release, unless I'm mistaken. Megan Hain. Apologies if I just butchered your name, but welcome along. How's it going? You have caught us right at the moment where we are discussing a lovely initiative from Neko Galaxy Miniatures, which produce larger scale, beautiful, mostly sci-fi-ish models. Oh, Dark Washu, welcome along as well. Wow, kind of turning out to be quite a lively day. Unusually lively. What are you all guys up to? How are you feeling on this? Well, it's Wednesday evening where I am, but whatever part of the day it is over on your side. How is this day treating you? Are you getting any hobby time? If you have, because I always forget to remind myself that, if you have any works in progress that you like to share, feel proud of, feel more than welcome to share links. We will take a look at them and enjoy them alongside with you. Ox Jupiter. Yo, Brush for Hire, what's going on? What is going on? What is this? Oh, so many people. Is this directed at me, dude? Like, for real? Holy hell, Dr. Tentacle, what's going on? Yo, guys. So nice to see all of you here. Cool, yeah, absolutely. That being said, I have literally zero idea how to set this stuff up. But apart from that, I am all game. Okay, great. Just give me a second, because I'm gonna be using audio through Discord. I'm gonna need the headsets. So give me a quick second to get the hardware all rigged up. I'll be right back. Yo, Art of Bianca and Amber Firetail, welcome along to this completely average dudester's journey throughout the hobbies of nerdom. Let's see if this skill thing works.
Yes, wrong impromptu.
Hey, Brush, can you hear me well?
Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to. Like, I see you, but my computer is not recognizing. Like, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to let me change my speakers here.
Alrighty.
It's doing something weird.
Well, people, everybody, thank you ever so much. I know it doesn't look like it because I'm pretty beat from the day, but this is, at the very least, super exciting. Thank you ever so much. And Brush, how the hell did you get even the idea to take a look at my humble little stream?
Okay, now I can hear you in my head hole.
Alrighty. So I was just
You guys
saying
hear
that
okay?
I am absolutely flabbergasted by what's happening right now. Is there an echo? Like,
Did that take care of the echo?
all good on my side, I think.
Okay, I think that took care of the echo. Alright. Make sure I have you up so I can see what you're working on. I can hear you now. What's going on, man?
Awesome. Well, you know, the usual. Just kicking back for a fairly long day and just decided to nerd out and put some paint on models.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, this...
Alright.
Is that a dragon of some sort?
Yes. Yep, this is a dragon from Anthony Watkins. And I have another bust from him. Actually, I have a lot of busts from him. I have like 6 pieces from him, and he does like a lot of huge stuff.
Wicked
But
sick.
I figured before I started this mounted dragon head, I would
I really love the
finish this.
the depth and the sharpness of the details. They like very well emulate the scaly surface. Looking awesome.
Yeah, he's a very cool sculptor. I was telling people, like, if you ever buy anything from him, don't expect like miniature quality smoothness and sharpness, because these bigger pieces like this, these artists, they sculpt, and the way they sculpt is their art. So it's not made just like for mass production. So it's like he may only make 50 of these things, you know, and that'll be it.
Awesome. And they are cast, right? They're not like
Yes. Yep. This is
3D printed or anything.
solid cast. Nope. These are traditionally sculpted and cast. So anyone who is hanging out in my stream, we are doing an impromptu multi-stream there. If you guys go and hit that up and watch the multi-stream link, you can watch us both, see both chat rooms, and it gives credit for both viewers for us, which is very cool and helps out.
This is truly a lovely idea, and I am eternally grateful for even thinking of me. Like, I'm actually losing my voice over this.
Oh man, no man, it's like said you were a viewer and a follower and, you know, part of the family here for a long time, and, you know, someone said you were hanging out and chatting and stuff, and, you know, I'm all about helping support others and helping others people get views and follows, and, you know, seeing other people, you know, see other good artists.
Thank you so much, and I truly appreciate the praise and the time.
100%.
And thank you for the follow, Propan OG.
All right, Frothy's Funhouse. I'm gonna hit him up. I will hit up Jason and let him know that you just tried to place an order and didn't get a discount. I don't know what's going on. Having Twitch issues. Yuck.
Miss Romeo.
What is going on?
Frothy's Funhouse. Thank you everyone for following along. Holy hell. They just keep on coming. So lovely.
Oh, yeah.
And again, I am
the community.
I am at a loss words.
The community over here is just amazing. Like their support, their willingness to follow and help out others and stuff is just insanely awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Your stream has completely motivated me to break out of my streaming hiatus and get back into it. And
oh man, that means so much to me.
For that, I am eternally grateful because I'm having a blast of a time every time. Also, greatly helped out my painting schedule, like a lot more, well, streamlined, for lack of a better word. And helps out beat the procrastination.
That's awesome, man. I love that when I hear that I can inspire people and push them and wanting them to be better and stuff like that. That always means a lot to me. That's really kind of what I want. Like I love doing what I do and being able to teach and help people and stuff like that. But like when I hear that, it can help motivate people, get them out of a funk, start streaming. But whatever it does for people, like it always means a lot because it's something that I really want to be in this community is a force of positivity and encouragement for people.
That's beautiful, dude. And you've truly been a driving force for a hell of a lot of people. So you really do need to take credit for that.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I really do. I mean, that's like the best part of what I do when I hear stuff like that and I get messages from people about these kind of things, just like, just really makes my day.
And everyone, again, I cannot even keep up with the follows. Think Lunar Inferno, Arrow, WS. Gratitude all around, like, hand and handfuls of gratitudes all around.
Yeah, thank you guys for helping support him, and hanging out and watching him and stuff.
Absolutely, this is grand.
As I tell people, it's like I was there, like I've been super fortunate in how quickly I've progressed on this platform. But it's like one of the things that like I remember sitting there and talking to myself, and how much raids and how much people reaching
Yeah.
Nerd House, thank you very much. Sorry if that deafened you there, man. Hootie Hoot says he quit painting because of me. Good.
Oh,
that's bettering the community too.
Yeah, sorry I haven't been around much lately.
Nah, man.
But it has been a little bit of a crazy time.
No, trust me, I get it, man. Between people's work, life, everything else, it's like, I understand. I get it. What I do is a luxury. What I do is entertainment. And it's like there's no obligation to what I do. When everything, family, life, work, whatever comes up, COVID, nightmare, all that stuff is so much more important than what I do.
Awesome.
Oh, Frothy's Funhouse. I don't know why that. Frothy's Funhouse. Thank you very, very much for that.
Kid Checker, I am in Bulgaria. It is a fairly small country north of Greece, south of Romania, east of Macedonia, where the miniatures hobby is in a state of very, very slow development. And part of my idea for streaming is to get more people around and show them that it's not as bad as,
That's awesome.
as you may think.
That's very cool, man.
I did manage to get my first post-COVID game in yesterday, which was really exciting. Getting to move around my little plastic dudesman along with some buddies. Great fun.
Nice. People are really digging your voice over here.
That's
Hopefully
sweet.
this is my viewers just by having a much nicer voice to listen to than mine.
Oh no, that's a complete lie. Do not trust these people.
Someone's asking 40k or Age of Sigmar.
Neither actually. It's a good old Blood Bowl. Even though I'm currently painting up some Necromunda dudes. Setting up for a secondary game. Collect even more plastic. As if you could possibly ever had enough.
Nah, no, never. Never.
It's impossible. Was just thinking about how I started this hobby and stuff, and how I meticulously and carefully chose every single model I got, and how it just, after a certain point, just went off the deep end.
It's so funny because I had the opposite, like where I started crazier and now I've gotten way more selective because I just had way too much crap.
Yeah. Hopefully I will get to this stage soon because space is actually starting to run out. And with my underwhelming output of painting minis, I have probably around 5 years worth of stuff. Which is not to say that it's a lot of stuff, but I'm really painting like a quadriplegic snail, like it's just not going quick.
No, I hear you, man. I know at one point in time when I was, I literally had so much stuff that if all I did was paint until the day I die, I literally would never paint again. If that was the only thing I did to the day I die. Like, because I kind of sat down and figured it out and went through it and went, yeah, there's no way I can ever paint all this, like ever.
So how have you been doing lately? Again, it's been a while.
Good,
since I
really.
was able
Just,
to-
yeah, just hit 2,000 followers yesterday, which was amazing.
Whoa, congrats!
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Hell of a milestone, whoa!
Yeah, it is. And like I said, I've only been streaming about 7 months, so it's really an honor and humbling and just really grateful for all the outpouring in the community and support and people that have helped me get here, and just, you know, that's kind of why I want to be like I am with helping other streamers and stuff like that, because it's like I wouldn't be where I am without the help of everybody.
Yeah, just further proof about how awesome this community is.
It really is. It really is. It's oh, nice. Paint Miniature said he spent some time in Romania and Hungary.
Oh, that's
Nice.
cool.
It's beautiful areas. And they're still really digging on your voice. I can have a deep voice too. I can have a deep, sexy voice.
Mm.
You guys like when I talk deeper like this. I kind of have to talk really monotone though.
Can you do the Tim Curry one? Like the phrase? The
I'm
oh
not sure
my.
what it is. Oh my.
Yeah, there we go.
Was that close?
There we go. Getting all sultry up in here.
Paint miniatures getting sultry. They always go hand in hand.
Absolutely. Is there any other way?
Nope.
Mark, no.
What?
Where would you get that idea? I'm not in a band. I do love karaoke though. Nah.
Anyone else here thinking Bako's voice is straight out of a movie? Is Bako correct? Am I saying that correctly?
I mean, it should be softer, so the should be Cho, Bacho.
Bacho?
But I can never really hold that against anyone in any way because I transcribed it wrong. So
No. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. And
should have been TSCHO. My handle is long enough as it is.
Hey, people get mine wrong all the time.
Really?
I love it.
How?
Like, I love when people get mine wrong. Oh my gosh, all the time. They read it too fast, or they misread it, or brush fire is real popular. Brush on fire. I've gotten that. And I love it. Like, I think that's hysterical. Like, that is just funny as hell to me. Double Ronstrom.
Bone Shooter wants me
Everybody
to
start laughing.
bust out some Johnny Cash. Now my voice is currently super trembling still from the excitement, and I'm putting almost all of my efforts into maintaining some sort of composure. So that would definitely not be a good idea at the moment.
Nah, man, I'm just another guy who paints. That's all. No more, no less.
Don't sell yourself short. You're great both as a painter and as a community driver, and we owe a lot to you for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and that's it's what I want to be. I want to be a positive force in this community and just focused on that and inclusion. And think of actor Bane from Batman. Oh yeah, I can see that. Born in Darkness. Fiery brush.
Trembling from exciting. What was the other quote? The Tim Curry one again. Shaking with anticipation.
Trembling from the excitement. Someone said, "Oh God, I think you're getting people hot and bothered over here."
Oh dearie me.
Say, Wacho's got a little bit of mysterious lighting going on his face there. From what I can see, he's a pretty damn good-looking guy too.
Aw, come on, that's being too sweet now.
Nah.
Yeah, lighting is an issue I've been trying to sort out for a while, but I need to increase the ambient light around me so that the face cam doesn't blow out the exposure like it does.
Love Tom Hardy. Fear the Reaper Twitch, what's going on, man? We're doing a dual stream today here. I just heard that your Instagram needs more love too. This bust that I'm painting right now is from Anthony Watkins. You can spell it all right.
Come on, you're gonna make me blush.
Now let's show off the Instagram here. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Bone Shooter, yeah. Waiting for those PMs.
I love the color scheme choice on this. Green skin is fantastic. Very nice.
This is now making me feel overexposed. Bringing out everything.
Busy with digital art, nice. You're more than welcome to share anything you've been working on. Want to see what you're doing. So I may feast upon your ideas. So this Necromunda, guys, you're painting, is that for a project for yourself, commission?
Oh yeah.
Something you want to paint, or are you gonna actually play with them?
Until I get to the point where I can face a decent output of models, everything I do is just for my own gaming needs.
Fair enough.
Paint Miniatures, thank you for the follow as well.
Yes, thank you guys for helping.
Yeah,
show
truly.
Support and love to another streamer.
And yeah, Necromunda is... I'm gonna try and make it sort of a secondary game next to Blood Bowl.
Nice.
Something to just pitch around every now and again. And also an opportunity to get into terrain building.
Oh, I love Necromunda terrain. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and the game itself is very reliant on it. Again, I've been collecting junk and stuff to scratch build terrain for years, and there may come a day, not in the too distant future, where if anyone were to come at my house, they might think I'm a hobo that just happened to come by an apartment full of stuff. Oh yeah, some of that junk needs to actually get used or thrown out. Might as well get used, yeah.
Damn, Fear the Reaper, for only doing digital art for a week.
Oh,
really,
these are so
doing a
cute.
pretty damn good job there. Really nice. Mark UK, what do you got here? Oh yeah, yeah, Mark, this is definitely looking sharp. This is a very cool kit. Love your color choices on this. Very, very nice. And Brogan, very nice.
Yeah, what did you say it was? Ouroboros models?
Ouroboros?
Yeah, the manufacturer. I think.
Oh, just going to kill me, alright. Stay over here. Oh, hell yeah. Largar City, that is awesome.
Yeah,
man.
okay.
Beautiful work, absolutely beautiful work. Wow. My gosh.
Yeah, I know. This has been happening a lot to me lately. Like, so many amazing miniatures makers and manufacturers and designers have appeared seemingly from out of nowhere that giving window shopping a completely new meaning.
Oh my god, Buncher says.
I
All
literally.
buy Necromunda miniatures and think about your voices they paint them.
Lovely. A lovely prospect. Would not hate that. Yeah, I did find myself spending almost as much time painting as I am oogling models. Just getting excited and inspired and taking a deep breath and searching my pockets for any loose change to spend on them.
Oh yeah. That's like one of my. I mean, that's really kind of how I started. One of the reasons I started commissioning, because like, just not having the money when I was younger, it was easier to do commission than to have stuff to paint. So I didn't really care what I was painting. I just wanted to paint. So it was much easier to do commission work and get paid to paint and send miniatures on their way than it was to buy stuff and then just not have more stuff to paint.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, bone shooter, oogling models. What about miniatures? Yeah, let's leave a little bit of mystery. Yeah, I did mean miniature models.
I love them for it.
Yeah, it seems to lose them as well. Can you hear? Can you still hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because the
your stream has gone green on me.
oh.
Yeah. Let me reload yours. Wait, so can you guys not see me anymore? My stream not working? Oh, nice, Frothy's Funhouse. Follow here. There we go. Okay, your stream is back for me now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay. It might be
I think I need to
overloading Twitch with cumulative coolness.
Yeah. Your voice is resonating from too many channels at once. It's just it doesn't. Twitch is getting news.
Is your camera always on autofocus, or do you just manually set it with a wider range?
Mine is manual, but mine is a camcorder. Like I actually use like a Canon camcorder, so it tends to focus real quick and efficient. And as long as I kind of I have way too much crap on my desk right now, but usually as long as I kind of keep the background for it clean, it tends to focus pretty well. But I know I just threw a brush on the floor. I guess I'm done with it. For most webcams, you really kind of need to turn the autofocus off because it'll focus on everything. Because what happens is a lot of the webcams want to focus on stuff further away, and if it sees like your wet palette, that black circle thing that your miniature's sitting on, like if it sees hard edges like that, it wants to focus on hard straight edges. I noticed. that I can see. Alright, well, welcome back, guys. Glad that I'm not switching the hell out now anymore. Something like that.
Because that was one of the things we've talked about with Bone Shooter at the start of the stream, that since I am severely nearsighted, I can't really paint with my forearms on the table and keep a straight back or neck. Therefore, prolonged painting session will just destroy me.
Yeah, no, I hear
Which
you
creates a
there.
little bit of additional space in which balance the miniature and the palette and all that. So you either
Gotcha.
fix the focus manually and then everything else is a blur, or it's the other way around.
Use action cams, nice.
Action cams, as in like GoPro or something?
Yeah, is that what you mean by action cam, like a GoPro? Because I've seen people use GoPros
A pro pet OG.
for like secondary cams. Use singular focus webcams, no zoom or anything. Yeah, the webcams typically won't zoom, but they'll. It says yeah. Now, I know someone I was watching was using a GoPro, because I have a GoPro here that I'm not using. Actually never used it. I got it. It's sitting here new, unused. I think I charged it once and never even fired it up.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they were saying that it doesn't have great color or something like that because they didn't have good lighting, so they were just using it as light. They were just using it as their wet palette cam.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so that principle. Okay, well, I might actually take a look into this.
Yeah, I'm nearsighted, but like I know for me, like I actually built a standing desk, and that way I can actually sit in like a high chair and look at the stuff straight on when I'm painting, as opposed to having a hunch over. So the desk is more like elevated for me.
I see. Yeah, that good approach to it.
They do make they make spacers you can get to go under the feet of desks, so it just raises the desk up, so you don't have to buy a whole new desk if you do ever want to do that.
Boss Tour CT 9100. Okay. Thanks very much, Paint Miniatures. I'm going to take a look into that post stream.
I think it's GoPro's 10 times cheaper. Oh, nice.
I did finally get my hands on the Pro Acryls.
Oh, very nice. What do you think?
Very happy. Like, it's a very different experience, and it does take some getting used to, switching out from the Citadel ones.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is in they have a much larger range for dilution than the Citadels, and you kind of need to get a handle on how much to thin them out. But apart from that, they are awesome. And I'm saying
Yeah,
that
they're
because I'm
fun.
about to use some of them.
What I'm doing here is I'm just basically hitting up every scale on this dragon and giving it like kind of a little bit of a reflection point pointed at the direction that the light source is coming from here.
The voice.
Yep. Yeah, Fuzzy Bunny. It was a. Booker, thank you very much. Yes, it was an impromptu. We only know him as the voice. Impromptu multi-stream.
It came completely out of the blue, like super fun surprise for real.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I always enjoy these kind of things. So I always kind of had an idea of like earlier when I kind of first started streaming was to do kind of surprise multi-streams, but don't tell the other person I was multi-streaming with them. Just very one-sided, insane multi-stream. But I think this honestly probably works a little better.
I don't know. It seems real cool.
Work my voice. Fuzzy Bunny already gets my sexy voice.
Yeah.
Fuzzy Bunny is my wife, for the record. For anyone who doesn't know.
Down Phonics, welcome along and thank you very much for the follow. As I am completely losing my mind.
I've done lost mine a long time ago.
Heard it's fun.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It kind of makes life a little bit easier because you just don't really care about much.
Do you currently have any larger projects like armies or?
I do have the Seraphon Army project I'm working on first line.
Still?
1100 miniatures, yeah, like 1100 to 1200 miniatures somewhere. I lost count somewhere.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's huge. And then he's got like 1,000 Tyranids he wants painted after that. Other than that, nothing like super crazy. A lot of really cool stuff. Finishing up the Doe Constrictors. Almost done with all those.
Oh yeah, been following up on those different paint schemes for them. They look real fun to paint.
Oh, they definitely are.
And you can go real crazy.
No, not stream wife. Fuzzy Bunny is my real life wife. The neighbor we whacked right outside office window. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, why not? Paint miniatures. Yeah, take her easy. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. Really appreciate it. Man, it's looking really good. Dragging off to the side here so I don't break them. Work this guy a little bit more here. Stupid fruit fly. Damn. Keep meaning to bring the electric bug zapper with me, and I keep forgetting.
Like the stationary ones?
No, it's like a fly swatter, like a tennis racket, but it's electric.
Oh, okay. So an even better option.
Oh yeah, you can actually chase them around.
Because I've been having some flying pests all the summer, because there are many trees where I'm like just outside my window. As the summer comes around, it becomes a nightmare of small flying things, and just got one of those stationary zappers for indoors. And there are very few things as satisfying as hearing the brisk up once the little thing finally lands on the electrocuted wires. Kind of just
100%.
listening to it buzz around, and just a brisk up, and then it's silence. So satisfying.
That's kind of how the portable electric fly swatter is.
Yeah, that does give the added element of participating in the process.
Yep. And the fruit flies kind of exploding like these little, like, beautiful, like, blue, like, little spark balls. So it's always very satisfying
awesome.
when you get this, especially, like, when you sneak up on, like, a little swarm of them. You can get, like, 10 of them back to back. Very satisfying.
Nice.
You know, fruit flies are stupid. They see the donut snakes make them out.
Zap. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's nowhere near as powerful as, like, you know, stationary bug zapper, but it's still pretty convenient because at least, like, sometimes the flies you have to hit them again, or at least squish them afterwards, but it'll knock them out temporarily to make it easier. But
Yeah.
it's definitely nice.
My music is not coming through to your headphones, is it?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Managed to successfully mediate that one. These transparents are just godlike.
Oh, the transparent paints are amazing. I used a lot of those on a dragon this morning.
funny thing happened yesterday, and already mentioned this, but I'll just repeat myself. I got a shipment of the AK Ultra Matte varnish.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As part of my never-ending quest to find a good matte varnish. And
I like that stuff.
so I ordered it from, I think, PK Interactive, PK Games or whatever, an online store in Germany. And it came with a package of a really small package of Haribos, which was super unexpected, and it just made me laugh.
And they are pretty damn delicious.
Ah, thanks, Amber. Like, you want me to switch it up, or it's too abrasive, let me know. I can change up the tunes.
So many of those guys you got left to paint.
This is the last one from the first batch, and I built 4 more. And that'll be that for them for the time being. Because again, I don't really know if I'll even enjoy the game, so no point in just overdoing it.
Fair enough. So you have like any big projects or anything you're working on?
Well, the ever-lasting quest of getting all the Blood Bowl teams done.
Oh, nice. Okay, gotcha.
But that's currently put on hold to paint something a little more sci-fi.
Gotcha.
And in that line of thought, if anyone is interested in the game, or has come across any cool models that can be employed for fantasy football, please give me any links.
Have you seen Grebo games?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, as I say, that's always kind of like my go-to thought for that because I have some cool stuff from them. Not really the sports team stuff, but some of their limited edition miniatures they've done.
Yeah. They do amazing stuff.
Control ones.
And they also did a few like multi-teams, as in you can use the models for multiple teams, so you end up building less models in total, and you can use them for more stuff, which is fairly unusual for a miniatures manufacturer, but very appreciated, and models are sculpted real well. The designs are cool. I have their Florence Knights and Obsidian Dusk. They've been great.
Nice. this for the next call. Oh, I can imagine it's gonna be brutally hot. You have to close your windows. It's definitely humid here.
Yeah, so on the music side of things, playing some low-key synth wavy stuff, going to complement the models that I'm painting. And that's actually an idea I got from Pigeon Squirter, also a great streamer.
Yeah, heck yeah, he is.
And he said that he plays the music that inspires him for the current project he's painting. And I thought I'd give it a shot, so
that's cool.
So far it's working out pretty good. How long have I been painting? That's a weird question to answer, because I started about 7 years ago, but I've been on and off so many times. Like, for every 1 month that I've painted, I've skipped 2. So in reality, maybe less than half that time cumulatively. And then of course you get that every time you start off again, you need to relearn everything, motor skills and brush control and everything from the start.
Yep. A lot of what we do is muscle memory in a way.
And again, streaming has been helping me immensely with that, as it just helps a lot around with the scheduling. Just knowing that you have these few blocks of time where you just have to sit down and paint.
Yeah, just dedicated to it. Yep.
Absolutely. And as a result, I am currently on my longest on-hobby streak yet. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic. So how long do you typically stream for then?
About 3 hours, twice a week. Then if I get overloaded with inspiration and excitement, I could paint a little bit more off stream on some days where I can fit it in.
That's very cool. Cheese and tomato soup. Yeah, it does look kind of like grilled cheese and tomato soup. We'll dub this the grilled cheese donut snake. Trying to work in the colors of fox fur here. And so I'm trying to like keep this one kind of extra textury in the icing department. I don't want to paint it like fur and have like a furry donut. Like,
right.
Unsettling and weird with the sprinkles. I just like kind of want to make it a furry donut.
You're sticking with the Mohawk theme.
Yeah.
Decide to keep it, and it's and grow it out too. I remember when the first day when you came with the blue one. What was it? The Shaggy Hawk you called it?
Yeah, it's still kind of like Shag Hawk, but it's like I need a different hair product to really make it like a Shag Hawk. Because I'm using like a pomade type stuff right now, and it's too stiff. It's not like I need it like a mousse.
So great.
Use hair product up first.
Part of the reason I chose Goliaths is because they all have, well, the ones that have hair have mohawks. And I really love mohawks. I don't know why. It's just something cool about it. A splash of color.
Yep. I really wasn't gonna even like dawn one, and my wife was like, "Well, you ever thought about a mohawk just for something different?" I was like, I haven't. I'm gonna try it. And said, "Okay, dokie." And I was like, "No, I think I'm gonna dye it too and see what happens." And here we are.
So cool. Should have taken that step as well, as I'm working from home right now and can pretty much afford to look like whatever I want for the time being. But it's kind of late for that now.
Pizza bagel. I like the pizza bagels. Looking a bit too promising. Well, that's nice at least. Oh, my trail cam card. Yeah, your trail cam card is in my pocket. I put it in my pocket for safekeeping, and then forgot to take it out of there. I'll put it in the laptop at home and see what's on the trail cam card. A little bit of light orange here. A little bit here. So I don't want this icing to get too light of an orange. You know what? I gotta take medicine real quick. I'll be right back. Got to take my brain pills.
So guys and girls, do you use any music to motivate you while you are hobbying? Is it in any way related to the setting or the style of the model that you're currently working on? If that's the case.
Nah, not at all. Like I have my playlist I listen to, and it's just music I like, and it has nothing to do with what I'm painting. Thank you very much for the host. I really appreciate that. Nah, it has nothing to do with what I'm painting or the setting or the type of miniature or anything like that. Like music doesn't motivate me that way. Like just having music I like motivates me.
Right.
So it's really kind of not really dependent on anything I'm painting at all.
Unrelated.
Yeah. Yeah, but like my thing is like I gotta have something I enjoy listening to really be able to.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wasn't suggesting that you'd listen to something you hate just to get in the zone. 'Cause it's not a good way to
No, I know what you mean.
enjoy your hobby. And yeah, that question goes for chat as well. Like if you, because I'm genuinely curious and interested in that. It's common practice if have any other way to immerse yourself in the session itself. Like not so much as keep the motivation going throughout the days and throughout the stages of the project, but just within the actual any given painting session.
New meta, what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing a impromptu duel stream with Octo. Alright, sorry. Got distracted trying to read my chat here. Just gonna have Octo do gonna have you just do voiceover work for me now. You have to narrate all my streams for me.
Imagine that. I don't think I've ever seen someone narrate someone else's painting, because like you get these heavily scripted YouTube videos for painting where you get the script and the voiceover apart from the video itself, but doing it live and as a different person for a different person.
That would be funny.
Yeah, something like real-time sports commentary. And now he's going into his paints. Where he's gonna pick up. He picked up black. Where's he gonna put it? And stuff like that.
Oh man, well that's like the live kind of sports type commentary for like the war games they do, like
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, and it's like there's been times where like it's like, oh, I think, and what people don't realize is those like announcer guys that are doing that are sitting like right next to the table. And like, oh yeah, he's gonna take his troops and probably swing it around here, and then flank his opponent here, which would trap him. And like these guys will like shoot dirty looks at these announcers because it's like they're just speculating, but they're totally giving away gameplay.
Yeah.
To the opponent. You know, and it's like, guys, like seriously, like shut the hell up or go further away.
Still no mahogany color though. I was really banking on having it, but when I ordered the paints, I don't think it was in stock. Because it's very good for painting up leathery bits.
Oh yeah, and shading reds and oranges.
Yeah, and undercoating for a lot of the things. And so now I have to do these stupid workarounds where I paint in browns and then glaze them over with reds to pretty much get the same result that I could have gotten with a single paint.
Yeah, absolutely. Fighting games are best video game competition. Yeah. Again, thank you very much for the follow. I'm not going to butcher the shit out of your name, but thank you very, very much for the follow there. Yeah, so this is not really based on flavor, but more so just the color scheme of like fox fur. I'm trying to like kind of emulate the colors of like the reds and oranges a little bit. How well it's going to work out here, but I'm trying it. Painting a donut snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Now I can't unsee Doritos flavored snake. Really can't.
Yeah, I can see it definitely. There's nothing wrong with that though.
Probably sell really well. People freaking love Dorito flavored stuff.
I used to. We had these sort of weird knockoff versions here, but they taste like childhood. I associate them with being in school and just eating junk food with my buddies.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have no idea what you mean, but sure.
Anna, what's going on? How you doing? Nice to mind get
I
paint
got you.
One day I'll be blessed pro quill. Yeah, I think we're all waiting for them to get in stock. It's like even before COVID, like their stuff sold out so fast because it was just so good.
And now there's the added fact that I think they will be using Element games for European distribution. I think I heard something along those lines. But until that actually comes into effect, we are a little bit cut off from the good stuff. I'm fairly happy I managed to get my stuff in before all that.
Donut shop near me has fruity pebble donuts. I've had a fruity pebble donut before. Obviously not from that donut shop that you have, but yeah, I've had those before. They're pretty good. That works for me. Like, it's like, hey, you know what's gonna make this sugary circle even better? More sugar.
Yeah. In Croatia, they have these. I think they're called Schaum cakes, like from German Schaum for foam, I guess, or cream, and it's a very very heavy cream, and to keep it in any sort of shape, they have about, I don't know, half an inch worth of just sugar that's been dampened and then dried to get like a crusty shell. So it's a very heavy, very sweet cream covered by just sugar. It's murder to eat.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like horrible. It just sounds like I need to go to a dentist.
Yeah, it's definitely about it. It's literally sugar on sugar.
Creme brulee donut does sound tasty. So I gotta admit, Vajo, I did not realize you were from that side of the pond.
Oh.
Someone said you were from like you're like I just didn't know. Like I didn't, I didn't. And weird because it's not like I assumed anything else. I just didn't think about it. But where I always find it very interesting because like here in the U.S., like most people barely speak English, let alone multiple languages. Because in the U.S., you're just kind of taught to yell at other people who don't speak English and tell them to get the hell out of your country.
Right.
But I always find very interesting, like especially in some European countries where it's like you're surrounded by 6, 7, 8 different countries that all speak multiple languages. How fluent people are because they have to be, because you're surrounded by other people that speak other languages and all relatively close, where you can drive to different countries in like an hour and a half. Where like you can't do that here, and pretty much like it's very very different here. But like, how many languages do you speak?
Like me in particular?
Yeah. I don't mean necessarily has to be like super fluent or anything like that, but
about 3, I think. Like
3. That's awesome.
English, French, and a little bit of Japanese, but that was just hobby related.
Oh wow. Yo, that's amazing.
And then again, of course, there is what you said about the, the language barrier. Like, I think, I don't know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I think, 10 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 ye cultural and language osmosis. So you recognize words and singled out sentences from a lot of other languages, but that's not really something you can practically use. You just sort of recognize it.
Gotcha.
And it is kind of a necessity, since most of the media, most of the information doesn't really get translated into local languages, and you sort of just have to choose one main language in which to search for media, search for data, for information, and all that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, bone shooter, exactly. Like, you can get around to find a toilet and absolute necessities, pretty much regardless of where you find yourself.
Ever had a cheeseburger with donuts as a bun? No. Never have I go, man, I wish my burger was sugary too.
Sugary burger. Well, they have been putting Nutella pretty much in everything they can stick it in, so why not a burger then? They've certainly done pizza.
Ugh.
Have you ever had chocolate pizza?
Now, does it have like traditional pizza sauce on it or anything?
No. Just the crust and Nutella over it, and
Oh, like it is. I've not had chocolate, but I've had like blueberry and apple, where it's just like a layer of like blueberry with like crumbles on top, and with a little bit of icing drizzle baked. It's really good.
kind of like a pie or something.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a very flat pie.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good.
Yeah, it's very much like a crisp, like kind of like a pie and a crisp met each other. So it's not like real heavy or anything like that. It's a very light kind of dessert. I like that. Mel, what's going on? This is Baco, or I'm sorry, Bacho.
Yep, that's me.
Doing an impromptu streaming. He was hanging out painting, so we did impromptu stream, multi-stream.
Yeah, and again, thank you very much for thinking of me and
Oh, absolutely, man.
calling in.
No, it's look, man. It's like I wouldn't even realized it just because I was already streaming, but one of my viewers, pointed it out and like, oh yeah, let's show him some love and shout you out, and thought maybe you might like to do an impromptu multi-stream just to have someone to chat with.
Yeah, hi, Crazy Ferret. Hey. Right, let's see what we can do. This guy. And I mean the Goliath, not you, Brush, sorry.
No, you're good. You're talking about a miniature there. Like, no, what are you gonna do to me? And say it slow. Merry Machines, what is going on? Just a couple are crushing on the voice. Just a couple. Sure, this is his. There we go. Okay. I posted a link to his solo stream there if you want to check him out.
Yeah, I know.
I know sometimes on mobile and stuff you can't do the multi-stream doesn't work well on mobile. Let's get this battle going. Let's make some monster orphan babies.
Oh yeah, no, Crazy Ferret. It's actually closer. Well, closer. It's about 2,000 kilometers away. New meta design. Thank you for the follow, dude.
Oh, yeah. Always, anyone's working on anything, feel free to throw it up there in my chat. Always like seeing what people are doing and working on. So, what time is it in your time zone right now?
So right now it is about 9:15 p.m.
Oh, okay. Same. 2:17 p.m. here.
No, Crazy Ferret. A lot further down south. So again, it's Bulgaria. It's south of Romania. I always feel like I need to get into these details. I don't think it's a widely known little corner of the world.
No, that's like where I live too. It's like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is like the famous city near me. I'm about an hour east of Pittsburgh. You'll barely find my town on a map. It's like BFE nowhere.
Yep, that is very much what we're known for. A fairly cheap holiday destination.
My town's cheap holiday.
Yeah, pretty much. For most of Europe, has been finding its way here mostly around summer.
New meta, that is amazing. That is very badass work. I can't wait to paint my Dragon King.
Wow.
I have one sitting here and I cannot wait to paint him.
That blue eye though, man.
Oh yeah, so good. So good. Yeah, my town would also be considered a cheap holiday destination. That also makes you very happy for wherever you live. Unless, of course, you live in a war zone, and then you'd probably be happy to be where I'm at. Like, I love where I'm at mainly because, you know, everything here is very, very cheap. Because there's nothing here and like pretty much no one here, so in turn I was able to buy my own personal studio building that's like 4,700 square feet because it was cheap.
Oh yeah, that is so cool. Are you moving along with your with the project, the idea that you had a while ago, about to lend out some of the space to artists and the like?
Eventually, I do want to get there. It's a long process to be able to do that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just remodel and stuff like that. But I mean, it is still definitely a very real thing that I want to do, and that I'm very serious about. That I want to make it so like artists can rent out rooms and have their own private studio space for very, very cheap, instead of getting hit for $1,200 for 100 square feet of nonsense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like a little cubicle in a public commune. You know, I want them to be able to have a room that they can lock and feel secure about, that they can just leave their stuff set up and make a mess and get paint all over the floor and walls if they want. I don't care.
Yeah, it was brought up a while ago. I was talking to a buddy of mine who's like into art as a career, and he just said that there are very few places where you can actually stay as like pretty much exactly what you're intending to do, only, you know, even for Europe and other countries um, around. So that made me think of you, and that this is such a truly awesome and necessary thing to have around.
Yeah, yeah, I agree because
So
it's just
keeping
I
my
really
fingers
feel like
crossed
harnessing
that
card
you're
the
able
future.
to make it work. And thanks,
Yeah,
Crazy
thanks, man.
Ferret,
I really
for
appreciate that.
following.
Yeah, yeah, Mel. Thank you for supporting him. And we did see earlier. This is the dragon I was painting up here. He is for sale if anybody's interested, and he's not done yet. But I kind of wish I did take a before picture because he's so freaking different than when I started this morning. I'm gonna have to see if I can dig up a picture of what he looked like before I repainted him, because I'm so much happier now than I was when I was working on him the first time. The first time I was working on him, at that point in time, I was pretty happy, but like it didn't sit well. But like I said, there was a very much a lack of understanding of color theory, light, and balance and stuff like that.
And of course, it has your
And
signature colors.
yeah, absolutely. That's I love my colors.
I don't know if you're following Miniac on YouTube.
Yeah.
But so their podcast, the Trapped Under Plastic one, they had a very interesting discussion about painting styles.
Mm-hmm.
And so him and John were sort of looking at each other's entire work, like body work of art, and we're trying to look at each other and try to pick out trends and
Yeah.
stylistics. And that's actually a very fun idea to do and try around, because you don't really necessarily realize if you've developed such a affinity towards certain techniques or certain colors, or even like temperatures of colors and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, because even though I work mostly with cool colors, that's my preference. When I work with warm colors, I work with them very, very similar, and still kind of get that same kind of feel at the end of the piece that makes it unique for me.
Yeah.
It has to do with the way I use my brush strokes, the way I use textures, the way the way I think about colors, the way I use them within each other. And it wasn't something I really started thinking about until I started getting commission work. And I was like, I started getting it, and it would just be a box full of miniatures. And you're like, what do you want? Like, I don't care. You do your thing. Make it your own. I want what you do. I want your style. And I really had to think about that because it was like, I didn't know what that meant. Because I just painted what I loved and painted it how I loved painting it. And people started to notice. And now it's as I understand that and I grow and develop it, and it's not like I'm forcing a style, because you can't teach style.
Yeah, that's not something that most of the times you're actually conscious of. It's kind of something that other people looking at your stuff sort of to recognize it and to say, yeah, okay, I know that this person uses these colors or uses this technique, or so on and so forth. Pretty much everything that could constitute a style, but it's usually something that's observed externally and not from inside. So you yourself would have a hard time reaching these same conclusions and stuff.
Yeah, and it took me a while to really kind of figure out what that meant, because we don't talk about it a lot as art, as miniatures. We get taught, you paint ultramarines, you paint them this way, you use these paints. And part of that journey was, I know you guys have noticed that like a lot of my paint bottles don't have labels on them, because I got caught up on names of things like, oh, this was a flesh tone and stuff like that. And Mel, you're a genius. Going back and getting a screenshot is such an easy idea for how this dragon started today, because for anyone who sees how this dragon started today compared to now, it's like night and day difference of a dragon. Like completely different feel, completely different look, completely everything about it is completely different. Just a way, and it's going to be kind of cool comparing them side by side. because it's one of those things of the way a miniature actually feels in the shape and structure, like the actual like sculpt structure can change just by highlights and shadows, and this piece is really going to exemplify that. But what I was saying about like color was I was getting so hung up where you go, okay, well this says flesh tone on it, you know, for example. Well, it could be a flesh tone, it could be an ochre, like it doesn't matter. Like all I need to do is look at color. So I started really practicing just painting, like how people play music by ear. I practice painting by eye, I guess so to speak. I don't know how else to word it. I'm just really focusing on, can I replicate what I see just by looking at bottles of paint and looking at a picture or looking at someone else's miniature and seeing what they're really doing. And then I started going, ooh, he's got green in his flesh tones, he's got blues in his flesh tones, he's got, you know, just started working colors into each other, like they're like in the flesh. A lot of people aren't gonna notice I have greens in these flesh tones, in the flesh, you know, flesh block. There's a lot of greens worked in there, but the way I work them in is very subtle, and it just adds a depth to it. And you know, people a lot of time, what was happening is as people started noticing my style, they go, "What colors did you use?" And I'd go, this, and just show a bunch of bottles. They're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like I couldn't tell you what these paints are, you know. It's like it had been so long that it was just like I stopped thinking about it. I bottled everything and, you know, just went strictly by sight. Now I keep labels on so when people do ask, I can give them a better answer. But that's why also when I do paint alongs, I teach them in a way that you can take what I'm doing, apply to any miniature in any way, because I'm teaching the principles, the technique, the mechanics behind what I'm doing. It's not just paint by numbers.
Yes,
you know, in that way.
The names of the paints sometimes are confusing, as in misleading. So let's take the Citadel range. You get the well, that idea. That example. So, for instance, Cadian flesh tone or something like that. So it suggests to you that this needs to only go on flesh and skin. And you sort of close yourself off into a corner, and instead of just looking at the colors themselves.
100%, 100%. A couple comments in the chat here. Deck Flow, congrats on being a captain now. You got in just in time because they changed it so you had to average 75 viewers to be able to be a stream captain. But congrats on nailing that before they changed that. So congrats for you, man. That's awesome. It's so much fun to be stream captain. It's such a simple game, but just fun. New meta design, I think you just nailed it. Where I think I'm going to take this color scheme and this kind of paint job and apply it to that same Dragon King that you're painting, because I have this Dragon King sitting on a shelf there. And I'm going to show them on screen here just so people can see how damn big this thing actually is. So, this is the Dragon Bust, and you can see how damn big he is compared to it. I mean, he's huge. Like, he's going to be interesting to paint on screen. Like, here's the Catachan. So, 40k miniature next to him. He's just enormous. But like, yeah, and like we were talking about flesh tones and stuff like that, and that's like people are like, oh man, you really nailed the cake feel of it. Yeah, it's ivory, it's flesh tones, and it's ochres. You know, it's really how I get the flesh tone. You know, like that really get that cakey feel of the donut. The same thing with the chocolate one that I have, where people probably kind of surprised when they come to use the chocolate. Because chocolates can have a little bit of a reddish hue to them. They can have a little bit of, you know, so we got some flesh tones in there. We got, you know, browns in there, some black browns. You know, to get that kind of chocolate, you know, feel to it. You know, a little bit of mahogany. Because it happens, especially
trying to not overtake and interrupt, keeping a bit quieter.
Oh no, sorry. Go ahead.
No, not at all.
No, I'm a talker.
Okay.
I like hearing your voice too, so I'm just gonna need you to record some nice sayings for me and put them on loop so I can sleep through them.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
I'm gonna give you some things I need you to say. Could you say brush for hire? He'll get your brush wet.
Brush for hire. Go get your brush wet.
Thank you. My friends have a podcast they do, and every once in a while, I used to be part of the podcast, but I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. It's called Stream Gamer if anyone wants to check it out. So every once in a while I'm on there, and basically I'm there just to kind of be the coolest guy because like I know my painting, but I don't understand any of the rules or like 98% of what the hell those guys are talking about. So like I'm just there to be dumb, and but the running gag is I'm like a sponsor that never pays for any sponsorships.
Right.
So like that comes up all of the time because they plug me constantly on there. But like my one buddy, he doesn't have like that real deep, rich voice like you got going on, but he does have that real action movie, you know, kind of like voiceover thing. And he always does these insane brush for hire commercials that are just hysterical. And they'll be completely insane and make no sense whatsoever. And he was in the middle of telling my backstory the one time and just stopped in the middle of it and left it on a cliffhanger that made absolutely no sense on any level.
Oh, is that what you used on stream? The one with the echo?
No, I haven't used anything that he's done. I keep trying to get him to just record audio clips so I can have them for notifications, but he's busy. You two gonna get a room. You know, don't be jealous, Hootie Hoot.
Chill the jelly.
Who is that other person? Oh, the other person with the voice. That was Valendar Red. Oh my gosh, like he got on the voice chat when we were doing voice chat Fridays, and I could do listen to him talk all day. He's another one's got a great voice.
And is a great painter. I do follow him as well. Up in every now and
Yeah,
then.
great painter, great sculptor. You know, if you're looking for a good digital sculptor, that's what he does for a living. Did you Bacho, did you see that my banana bowl? I finally got the
Oh
banana
yeah.
bowl.
I've been seeing works of progress on the digital part of it, but I missed the actual painting, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't finished painting yet. I've been kind of working on it a little bit here and there. So here's where we're at here with this. And I was using the Dark Star metallic paints on it here. I was gonna try and 3D print it myself, but like I was having to
Sweet.
simple things I can 3D print, but things like this were just out of my skill range of 3D printing because that's just a whole another level of like art in of itself.
Awesome. And that banana yellow, like, truly shows off the month's worth of dissecting bananas and getting into the knowledge matter of the stuff.
I think, yeah, so I'm gonna like bruise him up there because I started making green. I was like, no, I want him to have bruises instead of being like a green band. I want him to like be seeing some shit.
Yeah, there's an ongoing topic here on dancing. Yeah, it really doesn't matter what it looks like. All that matters is to have fun with it. Listen to the music and see where the body leads you. In my country, we had a saying that it doesn't matter how you dance, and what's important is that it is not in the rhythm of the song. So that it looks like it's not in the rhythm of the song. Pretty much, and just enjoy yourself, and rest is whatever.
Yep. So I was a closet dancer for like years. Like my wife had no idea, and I remember like we were having dinner on one anniversary. It's like, hey, I don't know what to get you for your anniversary because like I paint you stuff, I can make you things. You know, we don't really buy each other anything because we just buy what we want all the time anyways if we can afford it. And I was like, well, I'm gonna let you know something about myself that you don't know because we've been together. We've been married like 16 years together, 21 years. So it's really not a lot that she doesn't know about me at all. At least nothing I can even think of anymore. But I was like, I really love dancing a lot. And she kind of looked at me. She was like, "Yeah, me too." I'm like, "What?" Like, somehow I was more shocked that she does than I do. It was like,
oh, still, that is so like, cool to discover a mutual passion, even a long time in.
We would damn never dare dance in front of each other ever.
Why though? That's so weird.
We're still closet. I don't know. It's just one of those things that we're just closet dancers. Admiral, what's going on? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the multi-link was very impromptu today. So it's like we have a different different multi-link. What's going on, Grimguard? Grimguard, that is actually Pacho.
Yep.
He was streaming today and was hanging out, and I just figured I'd ask him if he wanted to multi-stream with me, and he said yes. So here we are. I made that sound like a marriage proposal, but it really wasn't like a marriage proposal. Wait, we didn't accidentally get married, did we?
Unless I missed something, not really.
No, okay, good. I just make sure. I really like that dragon bus. I'm really happy the way it's coming out there.
It is very cool.
And that was like one of the things, because I don't typically go back and repaint things. I had never finished that one, but I painted myself in the corner, and the big focus for me on that was like, you know what, I need to see if I can paint myself out of the corner in this one instead of just perpetually looking at it forever going, well, I don't know what to do with it.
Ah, thanks, Bone Shooter.
Really?
Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Even though I didn't really do much to it today. Like, nothing that strikes out.
No, man, it's looking solid. It really is. I was checking it out like when I was asking if you wanted to stream with me. It's definitely looking good.
Really the red that makes it pop, and that's for the next time. Well, at least that I try to make it more prominent. I'm trying a hell of a lot of different things on him that I've never attempted before, so it's kind of a journey.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Like the whole,
why don't you
whole gang. Yep.
I said, why don't you talk a little bit about what you're trying new on? I'm always excited to hear when people are trying new stuff. Because I'm constantly trying new stuff. You know, like every piece I do, I try to bring something new into it.
Well, I was trying to give different. Yo, Chris. Hey, man. How's it going? So the whole idea was I wanted to try around different flesh tones. This is why I have the blue and purple and green and whatnot. But at the same time, since they are going to be a unit, and I needed to find one detail that would stand out from across the board, that would scream, these guys are from the same unit, right? And so I decided that would be the armor paneling, and I tried to also play around with saturated and desaturated colors as another method of achieving contrast, and so I would keep the flesh tones sort of desaturated, which I kind of failed, but still was part of the idea. so that they would sort of blend into the whole silhouette of the model, while the red just pops out and gives uniformity to the unit. And if you were to lean your eyes forward, you would kind of see all of the slight differences, or well, maybe not so slight, into them. And another thing I was going for is trying to give the same color different feels for texture, which is why the same colors I've used for the flesh, I've used for pants and boots, but just flipped around and switched over in between the models.
Nice.
And so trying to see if I can make the black on the boots look like a different black than the black on the pants that would be on a different model, and just to compare. Yeah, Chris. So he just jumped in and asked if for a multi-stream, and a few moments of absolute stupor later, I said yes. So that's Nomadic Chris. Let me give him a shout out here. Well,
Yes, and hell of an amazing, nice guy. One of the guys that helped me get started in my first raid. Chris was my first.
aw. Reals, man, like, I really love jumping into your stream whenever I can. It's usually in the morning when I'm at work, and so just the overall mellowness and chill vibe of the stream is really helping me deal with the usual workday stresses.
It's awesome, man. I really appreciate that, and that was like something that was very surprising for me. Where it's like, how many people tell me that like it just having me on in the background helps them through their day and stuff like that. And that I love that I can do that for people and just be able to, again, be that positivity, encouragement, and just something very cool for people. I like when people are like, "Oh man, your stream is so chill." Like, what is your normal day like that this is considered chill for you? Did anyone else just lose Twitch connection here? Because it says that I'm still good, and it shows everything's still good. Bruce says he just lost.
You're good on my side. A bit of a delay, but apart from that.
Yeah, it'll be the same thing here. So like, because we're using Discord, the audio is super quick and snappy. But like, by the time Twitch gets processing, if I say something, you look over to see what I'm doing, I'm already done with it. But then the video is going to show it later, so you won't even hear me talking about what I'm showing. You're good? Okay, good. Okay, just make sure we're okay. Yeah, and Twitch is, like, even if someone thinks something might be just on their end, always feel free to let me know, because I might be having a technical difficulty I don't know about. And if someone doesn't tell me, I mean, it may be just one person, it may be everyone, and that helps me out, trying to fix things and make sure things are okay. Like, someone was having trouble hearing me, and then they came back and everything was fine, but I changed absolutely nothing. So it's just like one of those things. It's just Twitch sucks. Like, I love Twitch, but like at the same time, it's like, Twitch, please give some love to non-video game streamers.
True. Yeah, definitely. Chris's stream is also super chill and mellow, and it really, like, you can feel how he's getting in the zone when he's painting, and just everything that comes out is a product of calm immersion in the art, and that's
Oh my god, yes.
really inspiring, and gets you in the mood to paint as well.
Yeah, mine is like a product of madness and like excitement. take your response. Oh, that sucks, man. Grimguard, yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And that's kind of like one of the things where when they started cracking down on everyone with the music, and I'm not big on generic royalty-free music. Well, I'm not saying it all sucks because I mean I'm sure there's good stuff out there, but like overwhelmingly most of it I can't get into. And I had a lot of people recommend it, and I've actually had numerous people that have rights to music approach me that, hey, you can use my music as long as you shot me out and stuff like that. I said, honestly, like when I stopped playing music, my viewership actually went up, because I wasn't playing anything for a while at all. Like I wasn't even try anything. I was like, nah, screw it, I'll just not listen to anything. And I noticed that almost immediately my viewership went up, and I went, okay. And I had more and more people. Like I had people that like people were either like, no, I actually prefer no music, so I can listen to whatever I want, or I can just have you on the background softly, and it's not fighting for attention. Or I had people that didn't even damn notice I stopped listening to music. I had people that were like a month and a half later, like, well, hey, where's the music? No music today. I'm like, there hasn't been music for like a month and a half. Like, I didn't even notice. I'm like, okay. Because the other thing that I'd have too is some people, everyone would be like speakers, headphones, surround sound. So everyone was so different where some people, the music would be overwhelming and they could barely hear me. Other people couldn't hear the music, but all they heard was me. So it was always this constant battle no matter what I was doing. So I just said, no music.
Yeah, and that is considering that your playlist was real fun. Like I really enjoyed it when it was on. So
yeah, and I did like my playlist, and that was the thing. It's like I wanted people to hear it so they can enjoy it, And I think most of the viewers, enjoyed it. But I understood that like there was like even some of my writers like Mel. I remember the one time I was just trying to find some new music, so I was listening to stuff I've never listened to before, and a lot of it wasn't good. But she's like, honestly, I muted your stream. She's like. And I don't blame her because it really wasn't great, but like I didn't even, and it kind of made me think. I was like, I don't want people to ever feel like that, because when we started having these conversations with people about the music, and I did notice that there was a lot of streams I would go to that I would leave just because I couldn't stand the music. Like if it was very faint in the background, I was fine, but like Grimguard says, there's a lot of people where it's just weird and just they're blaring anything and everything just because they feel like they need to have something. And like you said, you're playing something that you enjoy listening to because it's what's immersing you in your project, and I find that to be very, very cool. But like some people were just having like anything generic on just to have the music, and like you couldn't even hear yourself think, let alone what the people were talking about, and or it'd be like this insane, ridiculous music, and I just go, no, okay, this is like I'm out, like I can't. It's honestly like when I first popped over to ask if you wanted to dual stream, like I couldn't even really notice your music. Like I heard you and not really the music, and that's kind of where I like it being. Where it's like if I wanted to crank it up and hear the music, I could, but like I didn't have to fight to hear you over the music. There's been streams I go to where I know people don't realize that because people just leave without saying anything, and I'll never be one of those people that just leaves without saying something if I know that they would be open to it. And I've told people like, hey, your music is super like overwhelming, and I can barely hear you talk. And they're like, oh man, I didn't realize. And they'll readjust it, and they appreciate that. Because I remember when I first started, I appreciated that because I can't hear the balance on my end. Like I have no way of testing that.
Yeah. It is definitely a work needs to be sort of upkept a little bit. I'm always asking around if. Because I also have some issues with my microphone, and so balancing out my own volume and the background is the way around.
Sacred Demon, I'm sorry, I totally missed it. I will hit you up on the next one. I went through and wasn't even expecting anyone to even like really be hitting up anything like that, so I apologize. It was totally my fault. I missed that you were redeeming a chest there. But I will get you some coinage for sure.
Sorry if I'm fucking.
No. That's I've gotten used to not seeing that. But,
We'll be going.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, in a little while, because
okay.
I am Barely starving. Just gonna clean up a little bit here to prepare for the next step.
Fair enough. Yeah, in Grimguard, no, I get that. That even if we enjoy the same music, it can make it difficult to have a conversation, 100%. And that's like even, you know, me and my wife, like we enjoy good music. A lot of times, if I'm going out to a restaurant to eat, like I don't want some band blaring to the point that I can't even talk to my wife while we have dinner because there's some insane band just playing acoustic guitar at 600 decibels somehow. Yeah, Sacred Demon, I still feel bad, man. I wasn't paying attention. It's my fault. My fault. But no, yeah, no, that day I was listening to random music, trying to find something new. It was pretty terrible. I'll admit that. But I didn't even think about that for my viewers, like how bad that would be to have to sit through that stuff. Because if I'm not enjoying it, people are probably really not enjoying it. I'm not saying I'm the end all and taste in music or anything like that, but it was like something I didn't really give that much thought to. Oh my gosh, all I can think of is Doritos now every time I look at this damn snake. Who recommended that? Was that you, Echo Side? You drive me nuts. These pizza bagels.
Right on.
Livy85, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want to show off anything you've been working on, please feel free to. Love seeing other people's work.
I'm kind of done with the painting part now. Oh. Wait. Can I raid you from a dual stream to you?
Yep. Yeah, because Twitch doesn't recognize a dual stream. It's just something we're doing using like an extra website and stuff.
Okay, awesome. So let's just get that up in motion. And
I appreciate that, man.
I'll chill in with you.
Oh, cool, man.
In chat.
Echo Side, was it you that said this looks like Doritos? Pizza bagels. So my wife said it looks like grilled cheese and tomato soup. Went to munch once and I was in a pub with a live band and the munch table was right next to him, trying to talk and meet new people, but literally couldn't hear a word. Wasn't the sort of combo you wanted to shout either. Yeah, absolutely. My pizza's my bagel. You eat pizza anytime. Bagel. Raid incoming. I was writing my own jingles for Hot Pockets for a while. I don't think that they would want them though.
Alright, so just before I start that, once again, truly thank you. It was such a nice surprise.
Oh. Man, yeah.
This dual stream, and thank you so very much to all of the followers and everyone who came around. I'm smoking, sorry. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and all of you, I wish you a very pleasant rest of your day, evening, morning, so on, and until we meet again, I've been Bachakolio. Keep doing what you love and loving what you do. See you later, guys.
See ya. Look at that array! Whoa! What? Is that convincing?